Gotta glove up. What's the saying, like, no glove, no love? What is up, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Cheap Man's Garage. I'm your boy, Taylor, here back to show you how to do something. What we're doing today is a bumper cut. So there's a few different reasons why you'd want to cut your bumper. One, for aerodynamics. Two, for better fuel economy. There's actually been quite a few people out there who have tested cut bumper, no bumper, and all that for gas mileage figures. And they found that, at least through the kind of little bit of research I did, that a cut bumper does get you the best gas mileage. But the biggest reason of all while we're doing it is for the street cred. Yes. So I already started a little bit. You can kind of see down there the painter's tape that I have set up. But I'll kind of just give you guys a little step-by-step of how to set it up, the best way to do it, and we'll get cutting a bumper. So one of the big things with a bumper cut is you want to make sure that your lines all stay relatively straight. Most cars, most bumpers have like a style line or something that's like relatively flat all the way through. Unfortunately, on the Integra, we don't really have anything like that. And then also on the sides, I'm doing kind of a dip down just to kind of give it a little extra flair. So what I did was I just had some speaker wire lying around, and it's cut to about 4.5 inches. And what I did is I just roughly eyeballed it off of where this curve on the top of the bumper starts, and then flatten it, and then put the tape down there. And then if you guys don't already know, to create a straight line, all you need is 2 points of reference. So let's see, where's my finger? Right there. So point A and point B. So if you put a piece of tape between those two, it will be a perfectly straight line. Now, as far as the differences between all that, I don't know. We'll see how it looks when it's all cut. The biggest kind of issue was I was kind of eyeballing it and didn't really have a solid body line to go off of. But yeah, fuck it. Let's just do it. All right, so now that I got everything kind of lined up, I'm just gonna show you kind of the points of reference that I did for my bumper, and then we'll get cutting. So most of this front part is 4.5 inches from that beginning of that top bend. And then I stopped measuring 4.5 from about here where this corner is. And then I went over to here. I followed where the garnish goes, put a tape measure down on it straight and about there. So from where the garnish is to there, it's about 6.25 to 6.5 inches. Depending on how well I eyeballed it. But then how I got that line was I measured from this corner to there, and that was 10.5 inches. So if we go over, we got that all straight. Tried to do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully it looks close, but yeah. If not, you can always go back and trim it up and kind of fix it up once you go to paint your bumper and sand it down and get it right. Weapon of choice today is a death wheel, cutoff wheel. A lot of the videos I've watched, people have used like Dremels. I don't have a Dremel, I just have this. So we're just gonna go to town. I'm also wearing a face mask because I don't know if you guys have ever had plastic from a bumper get on your skin or anything. It burns because it's pretty damn hot when you cut through it. Also, just a quick piece of advice. I saw a couple videos where people were doing them on like bumper stands, or I think they're also called like horses or something like that. I prefer it on the car because I don't know if you guys know or not, but when you have the bumper mounted, it's much more stiff. When it's off, it tends to kind of like flex and rotate a little bit. So, that being said, let's cut. Also, another piece of advice, probably don't wear shorts for this. Yeah, and maybe wear like a respirator or something, because this shit stinks and it's probably not healthy to breathe in. But we're gonna keep going. All right, so we got this kind of almost halfway done. And I gotta say, I think it looks pretty legit. Like, obviously it's gonna need some like cleanup around the edges, and it's not super straight. But I think it looks pretty damn good. One thing that I, didn't really take into account is like rear body panel is right back here. So I threw a few sparks, but yeah, I'm gonna keep going and finish this up. Well, everyone, here is the finished product of the bumper cut. I ended up taking off the taillights and the garnish because I had a couple other issues that I had to deal with. But all in all, like, I don't think it looks very, well, maybe looking at it like that, it looks a little crooked. But all in all, I think it looks pretty damn good, and I'm pretty happy with it. Back to before, what I was saying about like the aerodynamics and all that. So this is the bottom of the bumper. What happens is when air runs underneath the car, it gets caught in that back section and the air doesn't really have anywhere to escape. You can kind of get like a similar effect with like a diffuser. But I honestly think the cut bumper thing is pretty legit. So I wanted to just slap everything on real quick, just so you kind of get an idea of what everything looks like. There's the kind of side little angle. I don't know if I necessarily like it. I may choose to just cut the rest of that off. But yeah, I'm pretty damn happy with how that turned out. Well, that'll do it for today, guys. We're getting closer, kind of, every time I come out to the garage, get a little bit more work done, and hopefully get this thing streetable here pretty soon. Winter is coming up, and winter is known as the project car completion time. So hopefully here in the next few months, maybe I'll be getting maybe engine transmission, get the swap done, maybe get some of the suspension sorted out. And then yeah, we'll see where it all goes. All right, I'll see you guys later. Deuces.